Good morning, class. Today we want to remind ourselves of this topic, electromagnetic induction, generating electricity with the aid of magnetic field. We'll look at these objectives together. Number one, production of electric current from magnetic field. Number two, the factors that affect the induced current or the induced voltage. Number three, the laws of electromagnetism, and then application in form of AC and DC generator. The first one is the concept of electromagnetic induction. It has been observed that anytime magnetic field cuts a coil or cuts a conductor, that current will be induced in that conductor. In the setup behind me, we have a conductor here. One, we call it solenoid, and then we have a magnet. Now, we notice something connected to a magnet, connected to a galvanometer. We observe that if this magnet is stationary, if it's not moving, even though it is inside this conductor, we notice that the galvanometer will remain. Don't forget the galvanometer, its job is to detect current or detect voltage. Now, but if we move this conductor, as we move it, we notice that the galvanometer will deflect, okay, depending on the direction the conductor. As we move the magnet, the galvanometer will deflect depending on the direction the magnet moves. Now, please take note. You can also move the conductor or move the coil itself. Okay. The key thing is that both of them are moving relatively to each other. Now, what actually happened? This is a magnet. This is a magnet. Let us assume this is the north pole and this is the south pole of the magnet. You know that there is going to be a magnetic field like this. Magnetic field. This way. Anytime this magnetic field cuts this coil, anytime the magnetic field cuts the coil as we move the magnet, current will be induced in the coil, or say voltage will be induced in the coil. Now, if the magnet is not moving, meaning that the magnetic field is not cutting the coil, this galvanometer will read zero. There will be no deflection. Current will not be induced. For current to be induced, there must be a movement, a relative movement between the magnet and the coil. Now, the factors that affect the current induced or the voltage induced, the magnitude of the current produced, the magnitude of the voltage generated, what does it depend on? Number one, it depends on the strength of the magnet. The stronger the magnet, the stronger the magnetic field produced by that magnet. Okay. Number two, it depends on the number of turns of that conductor. A conductor that is very long will produce a large amount of current to be induced in such conductors, or a solenoid that has so many turns will have what? Large amount of current induced in it. Thirdly, the relative speed between the magnet or the magnetic field and the coil, the conductor. Okay? If the speed is large, then the deflection of the galvanometer will be large. But if that speed is low, then the deflection of the galvanometer will low. Great deflection means that much current has been induced, but low deflection means that a little amount of current has been induced. But we also observe something. If this is that coil, we observe that if we put inside this coil a soft iron, and we bring our magnet close, we move our magnet this way, north and south, close, we notice that the current induced will be large. It will be large because this soft iron will boost the magnetic field produced by this magnet. Okay, so soft iron inside the conductor helps to boost the magnetic field. Hence, large current will be induced. Laws of electromagnetic induction. There are basically two laws. The first is the Faraday's law, and then the second is the Lenz's law. The Faraday's law gives us an insight, okay, that gives us an insight on the magnitude of the current produced. Okay, the larger, for the current to be large, the current depends on relative speed between the magnetic field and the conductor. Okay, the larger the speed between the magnetic field and the conductor, then the larger the current. Why the other one, Lenz's law? Lenz's law tells us about the direction of flow of the current, okay, whether it is moving forward or moving backward. Now, applications of electromagnetic inductions. We mentioned two applications here, the AC generator and then the DC generator. Generator is a device that converts mechanical energy to electrical energy. The AC generator produces current in what? Forward and reverse direction. While the DC generator will only produce current in the forward direction. Now, if you look at the setup of the AC generator, you notice this. These are two slip rings. They are placed like that so that the current can go in reverse direction. While in the DC, we only have one ring. It is a split ring, or we call it the commutator. Okay? It ensures that current goes only in one direction. Thank you very much. I'll be putting more information in your Google class. I want to believe that by God's grace, you go through it to remind you of the things you've learned. Okay? And then you are permitted to ask your questions, and we'll see how we can give answers to them. Thank you very much.